Just as a standard disclaimer, the information provided by the speakers is informational only, and products mentioned during this presentation doesn't apply endorsement of the National Ataxia Foundation. All right, so now I'm excited to welcome back today's speakers from Day Undefined, Liam Dougherty and Kate Leader. Greetings, Liam and Kate. How are things going over at Day Undefined?
Going really well, Lori. Yeah, thank you for having us.
Welcome. Thank you for being here. Well, I'll turn it over to you guys.
Sure. So for today's webinar, we took a poll of the audience and staff, and we sort of arrived at the travel sort of idea. So we're presenting a lot of ideas behind maybe things that would help people make travel easier and more enjoyable. I know firsthand how hard this could be travel. So I'm really excited to be new with the webinar today. And next slide. Yeah, so there is my picture. Yeah, I'm Lee Dougherty. We founded and they had defined a few years ago. And I'm joined by my co-founder, Kate.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kate Leader, and I am a white woman in my late 30s with blonde, shoulder-length hair. I am so happy to be joining NAF for this webinar again. We've met many of you at conferences, actually. We've been at the last two conferences, and we've chatted with many of you through Day Undefined or in other ways. So we're really, really glad to be reconnected. I consider myself non-disabled. My older sister has spinocerebellar ataxia. And over the last 20 years, I've been helping her find products that make her life more accessible and support her independence. And Liam and I joined up together because we were frustrated, and I was frustrated at how hard it was to find real reviews of products. You saw a product that might look great, but there was nothing really behind it to know if it would work for you. And that was really what connected Liam and I, this lack of real insight, real experiences. And I need to talk about our team because we have a team that is made up of 20 individuals with diverse disabilities from across the United States and Canada. And I need to give a big shout out to some who are on the call tonight, from Lisa to Karen and Ellie and Jessica. And I know many others are probably joining as well. And you're going to be getting real insights into their experiences with these products and with travel and yeah, what they think about these things. So, if you want to get to know the rest of our team, go to our website and you can read all of their bios and get to know them. And Liam, I'll hand it back to you.
Well, you can try and just or do measure a visual description of myself. I'm a 30-something male with dark brown hair. Oh, sorry about that. And great to see you all. And yeah, next time.
So, I'm going to let you all know that we are not medical professionals. Nothing in this session or on our website should be taken as medical advice. Medical advice. Please consult your healthcare professional for advice or questions regarding your health. We are individuals who have physical disabilities or have loved ones with disabilities. We want to share real insights and experiences into the products that might have a real important use to individuals with ataxia or other disabilities. And we are not paid to promote any products that we share. Our goal is to be honest and trustworthy and transparent. And we're going to be really upfront about anything that we do. And if you ever have questions, let us know. But please don't take this as medical advice. And all the opinions of the reviewers that you will see are their own.
Right, so then, yeah, last time, just to kind of go over our general idea, The problem was that there was no product marketplace that prioritizes accessible living from the perspective of the disability community. And then our response was undefined.com. Um, I hope you all have checked this out before, but if not, it's a really, really neat resource. And now we're gonna dive into our topic today. Let's talk travel. So it's fun, but it can be challenging. Be prepared. Being prepared can help make it more fun. And yeah, so we have a lot of kind of perspectives from team members with disabilities, with dyslexia, some who have a lot of experience with travel, and yeah, I've learned how to make it more fun. Okay. So before you go, learn from the experiences of others. So stay comfortable on bug trips. Boarding, embarking, and the mobility device user. I'm sorry, I have a head cold and I'm trying not to cough on everyone on the webcam, so excuse me. Um, Letting others know of non-visible disabilities. What to ask about accessibility in hotel rooms and bathrooms. And anticipating your needs, staying hydrated, keeping devices charged. And being aware of the bed height and the fridge for beds if needed. Um, so just these are kind of general things to consider. Especially with ataxia and disability in general, everybody's needs kind of vary based on their individual circumstance. And and so I think it's important to think about your life at home, the things that you value and prioritize and need. Um, and then a lot of our webinar is the ability to mobilize those things. Here is an insightful blog about ADA room requirements, Americans with Disabilities Act room requirements in hotels from Wheel the World. They are kind of an advocate for disability travel. We'll give some URLs at the end, I believe, but it's a really, really cool web page here. Did you know that there's no ADA required height for hotels? Bed height. Just something to consider.
Yeah, and it's really important because you don't always think about the small things like bed height. We think about access in bathrooms or around rooms, but bed height is a big deal for transferring. And we have had a lot of our team members talk about the frustration of saying that they need an accessible room and then not being able to transfer into the bed because it wasn't the right height for being able to do so. So as you can imagine, that's incredibly frustrating. And um, it's one of the questions that's worth having on a list of questions to ask before you're going to these hotels. And so um, just to highlight that point, there's a tip, and we're going to have a lot of tips throughout this presentation. Something that we learned about is that there are several companies that are dedicated to helping you book accessible travel. We have not used these ourselves, so we can't say yay or nay, but we think it's really special that they are committed to accessible travel. So, for example, it's kind of like a booking.com website for Accessible Go and Wheel the World, where you can put in the dates that you're traveling, where you're traveling to, and then you can search kind of on those terms, but you can also put in a lot of accessibility filters. But and then you'll get results. And I tried it out, and I got some really low numbers of results for things like a hotel in a small town that needs a roll-in shower, for instance. But what will happen is if once you find a hotel or something that does meet your accessibility criteria, this company will actually call the hotel and do the follow-up to ensure that that's true, that they do have that, can meet those requirements. And so again, and this is that booking piece of it is they say, both these companies that we list here say that that's at no extra cost to you. For instance, they would make money through commissions or otherwise, but you would be booking it just like you would on a booking website. So it's pretty neat that they do very much focus on accessibility criteria, and they are going to be able to list a lot of the important accessibility criteria that other booking websites might not be as focused on. And the follow-up confirmation is really cool. And the photo that you see here is a really cool one, I think, because in one of our team members, Lisa, was doing a road trip, and she found that, whenever if she needed a good bathroom along the way, she always could count on Costco. And this is a picture of a Costco checkout counter, which, as you can see here, actually has like a lower counter and a lower screen for accessibility. But she says that Costco in general tends to have awesome accessibility. So if you're planning a road trip and you know that there's one en route, that can be she knows that that's a place to stop. And that actually leads into our next slide here, which is that we have so many tips, and we're going to get into products. Don't worry, we're really going to cover a lot of products. But we have so many tips that we can't, more than we can cover. So we really encourage you to look at all these different blogs that we have on our website about travel. The one that I just mentioned there about Costco, that's the bathroom accessibility one by Lisa. 5 things you need to know about bathroom access that she had discovered on road trips. We have Flying with Jessica, who will take you through the whole experience of flying as a wheelchair user. Taking a cruise. Lisa has been cruising for over 2 decades with her husband, and she has so many in her blog. She has so many great insights into accessibility on a ship, but also at ports and what to be prepared for at like port stops. Train travel, getting on and off of trains and using the services that are available to you. Lisa provides insight from Canada on that, but is, applicable to things that you can hopefully look for in services in other places. And also just the experiences of that. We have a new blog series about camping. Mary talks about camping with a disability, frequent travel, hidden disabilities, which I'm going to highlight in a second here, and finding accessible activities, just realizing that there are many accessible activities and sometimes it does take a little digging, but Jessica wrote a great piece, and that's actually her in the photo there swimming with the dolphins in Florida. So, you know, getting these insights from others helps makes things clearer in your own journey and can hopefully help make sure that you either don't make the same mistakes or find the things that really are special and accessible. And you can actually just search travel on our website to pull up most of these things, as well as other travel products. And Liam had a story for me when we were prepping this, telling me that in emergency, go ahead, Liam, you tell me,
Well,
there's
yeah, no,
the bottom.
I forgot to mention before that like bed height is such an important thing, and I recounted to Kate practicing this. That I have before been unable to transfer to a bed and have slept at the desk in my room. It is, desk sleeping is not pretty, let me tell you. So, but I totally agree with that and share everyone's frustration there. Um, yeah, but I also want to note here that I was once traveling, or we did this a few times with a bunch of people. In shares this it did not have a nap. Nap has been very successful, but previously with another group, and they ran out of ADA rooms, and we could not fit the wheelchair in the bathroom of our rooms, and so the hotel, we told them it's a hotel, and they took out the doors. on all the rooms, pulled out the doors from their hinges. On all of the non-ADA rooms that we had to use. So, and maybe like the larger point here is to always ask. I'm at a hotel if things are non-accessible. If you need something, it is always a good idea to ask the front desk of the hotel. And they may be able to accommodate.
So I just want to give a quick mention here of a program that I think is really important and probably not so well known. Ellie, one of our team members, she did a piece that shed light on this program called the Sunflowers Hidden Disability Program. And sunflowers are a sign, a global sign, really, for hidden disabilities or non-visible disabilities. By wearing the sunflower, you're letting everyone know that you might need extra help, understanding, or just more time. And I really appreciated that Ellie shared her own experience with this. She said, I noticed when I was getting on the train that the worker standing outside did notice me because I had the lanyard on with my ataxia card hooked onto it. For me, it was helpful because at times when I do not have my walking stick, I have another form of communicating to others that I may need help. I will continue to wear this when traveling so that I do not need to verbalize needing help so much. And there's her own picture from a friend actually of that program sign in the Fort Lauderdale airport about the hidden sunflower program. And you can see in the picture below that is a green lanyard with sunflowers on it, which is the lanyard that she has chosen to wear with a NAF card attached to it. So you can read this blog on our website and there's go or learn more about the program directly at their website. And we will make this these slides available to you and you can actually click on all of the links. So, all right, now for the travel products. Back to you, Liam.
Yeah. So I had mentioned before making your must-haves portable. So these are such things as a neck pillow, um, which can be important considering if your wheelchair has a seat rest, a headrest. If you use a wheelchair, and we want the extra support, in the chair, I think a really kind of neat thing for me, and considering neck is that you can really just wear it. You don't have to carry it or put it in your bag or anything. And that's a really great thing to consider too in terms of portability. That it's important to have all the things on your body. Um, when you go in different situations, because especially when you travel, you don't know what is gonna happen next. Oh man, as an example of this, Kate and I and flying back from Vegas a few years ago had some issues with a certain airline. I'm not really sure what. Anyway, it was troubling. We had to sleep in an airport. It was not fun, but it was good because I had a neck pillow with me, so I couldn't sleep at the airport. Um, uh, two things to consider are spill-proof water bottles and travel mugs. We have the links there. Really useful when you're trying to cut down on costs traveling. Especially with airports that you can just fill up a water bottle. And carrying that around with you and the travel mug. I love our review of that. The travel urinal I have here, it really has been so important to me. It's a kind of accordion like urinal that expands and contracts. Um, and can be useful when you're not able to transfer into a non-ADA bathroom, or when you really, if you just want to quickly use the bathroom. It's really important. Yeah, I remember it came up in our FA Birds of Feather, and the people, yeah, with the PTs in our group were talking about their patient perspectives and how so many of their patients highlighted urinals really is something that is like so incredibly important to them. And almost the biggest factor to impact their day-to-day life with dyslexia. I'm sure everyone on this webinar knows how important that is and how we should talk about it more. Um, and lastly, we have the pill organizer. This may be something that is obviously on your radar. I really hope it is, but we have a really excellent page on that there. Um, Kate, can I throw it to you for the tip?
Yep. So Lisa just says and reminds us that, when this was specifically about her train trip that she took, that after the long day of travel, things that were easy at the beginning of the day were not so easy at the end of the day. And it's important to just factor in your own energy level into what you then try to do maybe at the end of a trip or when you've arrived somewhere and just, checking in with yourself. So we thought that was a good tip to share. And again, you see the neck pillow there and a spill-proof water bottle, both which we linked to on our website. And we're just going to take it now to two videos. We'll do a short one of the Contigo mug here. Lisa's tip is that she takes her travel mug right to the coffee shop when she's traveling, and she asks them to fill it up right there. Don't, that's an option. You can ask. They might say no, but many times they will do it. So if that helps you, then give it a try. So here again, we're going to go ahead and listen to her review.
These are two brand new Contigo mugs. They still have the instructions in them. This top part, the valve opens like that. So if you put it in the dishwasher, it will get nice and clean in there. And you just click it back in to make it work. I'll leave this off the top so you can see. This button is a button you push to open the valve to take a drink out of this little hole. I like the fact that it's little because it prevents spills, or at least not as many. This button here, it's proving to be a little bit awkward, but I think it takes a little bit of pressure. It certainly takes more pressure than the valve top here. But if you push it, there's a lock button signal here. And if you push it, it's totally locked. And if you shook the cup at all, it won't spill in the least. And if it's unlocked, you could do the same thing. You could shake it all over the place and it won't spill.
All right. And then we have our second video. Jessica, it's good to know that your pill organizer at home might not be the one that works while traveling. If you have those spring buttons, if they get knocked while traveling and pills come out, Jessica shows us a pill organizer that she likes because you can even pull out the day, and take it with you, which it can be helpful.
Right. So this is my pill planner that I recently tried. And it comes in this neat case, so if you take it on like a road trip or anything, it will hold the medicine for you. There is this little flip that you just open, and you can also take out the day of the week you want, so like Tuesday. And then it also has this easy to open flip lid that you just pull open, and it has a very wide space. So, and I like this a lot better than the other one.
All right. So, we are now going to talk about being prepared to make inaccessible accessible. What works at home might not work on the road, which is what we just said also about that pill organizer. This especially goes for tech and light access to lights. So extra long charging cords, many rooms, as we all know, were not designed for charging cell phones. So just making sure you have a long cell phone charging cord that works for you can be pretty important, and giving you flexibility to move about and still have access to a phone and staying charged. We also have here a remote light switch, which is a product that was recently reviewed by Karen, because she uses it because she has a lamp across the room in her bedroom that is that she can't access from her bed, and she doesn't have an overhead light. You're going to see her review of it, but this remote switch allows her to turn on and off that floor lamp. And so Liam and I were thinking, if you're going somewhere for an extended period of time, maybe a few days, maybe a week, maybe longer, having something like that by simply plugging it in the wall and then plugging a lamp into it, you have a button that's ready to go to give you access to a light from wherever you need it. It could be helpful just to take with you. And then you're also going to see here that neck light that Jessica is wearing in the photo on the right. And the button that I just described is right beside her photo as well. And that light is a neck light, and she's going to show you the review of it. And she covers it much better than I would in her review. But it's a nice reading light and also has many purposes. You can use it in many different scenarios as a hands-free light. Liam, and Jessica, I'll just throw in the tip here, said that it was great for reading in a hotel, especially if you have a fellow traveler that's already asleep. So, Liam, do you want to share your 2 hacks here?
Yeah. So one thing is we were talking about like light switches being inaccessible sometimes. And then traveling solo, I have before or this has kind of been really a habit of mine to leave the lights on. So then, if I need to use the bathroom, during the night, all I would have to do is lift up my sleep mask. The lights are on. So I just take a sleep mask with me. And I use them really at home because I like to sleep outside. But another kind of thing is to use your cell phone light and put that on the bed and then use that as the light and you can easily reach that. And these are, again, not things that have worked for me in the past. And just things to think about when you travel.
Thanks, Liam. All right, so now we're going to see Jessica's demonstration of this neck light. Just so you know, the flashlight is bright, so if you're sensitive to a bright light, it doesn't flash, but like strobe light, but if you're sensitive to a light, just know that. Oh, let's try that again.
But I'm just gonna be using one flashlight to cut down on the glare. Okay, so if you hit the button on your flashlight, each one has one button. If you hit it once, you get general reading light. Hit it again, you get brighter light. And once again, you get precise reading light. And then there is a button behind your neck that is not always easy to get to, but once you find it, it's very easy to press the buttons. Okay, one press, you get yellow light. One more gets you warm white light, and the last one gets you cool white light. And that flashlight also has arms that you can bend. They are very flexible. You can bend them to wherever you need them on your neck. There is a little light here right next to your charging cord that turns red when it's being charged and it turns green when it's fully charged, which takes 3 hours.
All right. And then we have Karen's remote switch here to show you.
This is a remote light switch for that lamp. It is located about 12 feet from my bed. And what I can do, I have the switch mounted on my headboard just with some tape. But at night, if I get up at night or after I go to bed and the light is on, I can turn it on and off from my bed. So it's a pretty good remote. It will work well for turning anything on and off. And in fact, I have one that I use on my Christmas trees. So anyway, it's really just two pieces. It's the piece that plugs into the wall and the remote switch itself. And what you do is you plug the appliance into the remote switch outlet on the outlet. And it works pretty well. Let me just demonstrate, forgive me. So that's pretty good.
All right. Over to you, Liam.
So in thinking about travel, you can't really get away without thinking about travel bags. The right bag is your best travel companion. And so we have a few links here, some menus that we're going to show you. Different bags that you can carry with you depending on your situation, if you use a wheelchair or whatever your case may be. Sarah recommends testing backpacks on and REI before buying as well as traveling as light as possible. Have you tried compression packing cubes? I have not personally, but after seeing the video this there made them very tempted to try. So I think we'll go into a few more of those reasons now.
Yeah. And just as a reminder, all of these are reviewed on our website. So those are sort of two crossbody bags up on the top two photos, a wheelchair bag, and then a larger backpack bag that one of our team members uses. And they like them all for quite different reasons. The crossbody bags one that we've heard a lot of really positive things about, and you're going to hear that in Liam's review. He calls it his favorite bag. And because it keeps everything really close to you while traveling so that you always have access to it. But I'll let him explain that more here.
This is really a favorite of mine. I've been using them for the past couple of years. And they're pretty cheap, so it's something you can kind of buy over and over again. It's great for being in a wheelchair and not being able to have stuff in your pockets or be able to access your pockets. The thing I like about this fanny bags is it's got a perfect size. You got a really great holder right here for a cell phone. I'll show you, but I'm filming on mine. But it does fit. I have a pretty big phone. It fits in there. And then I have a smaller pocket here that I keep medications in. In the bigger pocket, I keep snack bars or my wallet. And another thing that I like about this bag is I keep my keys on a carabiner here, and I hook that onto one of the zipper things of these bags, and I mean it's not really strong. I have had them break off before, but it's really convenient. I have your keys just right here, and pretty easy to take off like that, and then use on the door. And I like this clasp here too. If you're gonna take the bag off, very easily goes like that. If you're wearing a big hat or something. But I like this the fanny pack a lot.
All right. And then, sorry, go ahead, Liam.
No. If I could just give another shout out to that bag. Oh, but yeah, I've kept my passport in there, airline tickets, everything is it's really great when you're in a chair and you don't have easy access to your pockets. I've also never had an airline actually count that as a bag. So you really can go as if it is a pocket. Just right neck and right over you.
Awesome. And then this is Sarah really recommends traveling as lightly as possible. She travels all around the world, and she uses these compression cubes to make sure that she travels lighter. In her review, she says that she's fit things like winter coats in to these compression cubes. So it's worth thinking about if you are taking quite a few things. All right. So then we have sort of our last group of products to share with you. And we say, bring what makes you feel comfortable. A common theme in blogs and just conversations that we have is about how traveling is harder because you're not in your own setup. You don't have your own grab bars. You don't have things where you know they are. You don't have what makes you feel comfortable, and necessarily. So if there's any sort of product that can fill that role for you while you're traveling, then it's worth thinking about taking it in some form. For instance, you might not have all the grab bars, but there are things like portable balance assist bars. They're not a replacement for full grab bars, but we have heard a lot of people tell us that they've been really helpful for them. Well, these balance assist bars are really tricky because they don't always work in every scenario. And hopefully, we're going to get to this video of showing Lisa shows you two different surfaces in her own house and how it works on one, but not the other. It doesn't even work in her shower. But if it does work, these people say that these work really well. So again, it's one that you really have to be careful with. Make sure you set it up correctly, but it can make a difference in giving you extra assistance while traveling. There's also a foldable reacher grabber, which Karen found for us. And she really likes this because rather than having one long reacher grabber, she folds this up and she can keep it with her. It's much more portable. There's a travel footrest here, and that was one of our reviewers who drives frequently, was looking for something to prop her feet up in the car. And you're going to see her review of this product as well. But this is a nice option for having something with you if you'd like to be able to put your feet up. And then there's a tray table also that Erica reviewed for us, but we don't recommend this one. And that's why we're an honest website. Like we will tell you if a product didn't work out. We will also tell you the good and bad of each product. She loves the idea of a tray table because she and her husband travel in a car quite often, and they are traveling in the back seat, and so they wanted to be able to set it up. But this one she could never really stabilize, and she could never. It was very hard to open it even. So we're not going to recommend it to you. But we will say the idea of a small tray table could be great. So if there's a model that you find that works for you, let us know. But we just wanted to put out there. And then also a shout out to retractable keychains. Lisa keeps her keys on retractable keychains. And there's a video demo of that on our website. But if you switched it for a badge holder, you might actually be able to put a room key in there. Some room keys will fit, some might not, but which can be really useful if you're staying in a hotel, or just so that it helps in case of dropping keys or something like that, it's always attached to you with that extendable cord. So let's go ahead and watch these videos and then we'll wrap things up. So first one is the footrest. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, here we go.
Hello, and let's talk about this portable footrest. While it is intended to go in the car, it's meant for those road trips where you really need to put your legs up for circulation. It has multiple uses. It's really anywhere that you can hang it up. For the long road trips, you know that eventually you start to get achy and your bones start to hurt, and you need to have a little bit relief by being able to put them up. But you can't put your feet up on the dashboard, as that's not socially acceptable, right? Well, try this product. As you can see, it does hang from just about anywhere. My husband uses it in the couch so that when he needs to recline in his power chair and get a little bit of relief, he can also put his legs up. He can shift his position, and so we can avoid having pressure sores, getting lymphedema, all kinds of benefits. I like that this is simplistic. I like that it is sleek and it doesn't show a lot of attention from other people, and it's comfortable. Now, the downside that I would say would be that the strap itself is not the strongest. So as you put it onto wherever element you're hanging it from, and you put your legs in, you're going to find that the strap is going to give some.
I am going to pause it there for the sake of time, just because we want to be able to show you the other videos that we have and leave time for question and answer. But the full video is on our website, so you can see it there. Here is Karen's Reacher Grabber, and the cool thing about this Reacher Grabber is it's foldable, but it also has a magnetic tip for picking up small metal objects like keys, earrings, and screws. So here she's going to show it to you.
And I picked up a screw and something I frequently drop. I have picked up an earring. Hi, this is Karen, and I want to review today a reacher for you. This is not an ordinary reacher. This is a folding reacher. What I used to do in my house was I had reachers in each of 3 rooms. Once I found this folding reacher, I was able to do away with that because I can take this pretty much anywhere I want to go. It will fit either on my walker or on my wheelchair in a bag. So it's pretty convenient. It folds into 3 sections. The sections are tied together with Velcro. And unfortunately, I lost the Velcro, which was attached. I don't know how I did that. But you unfold the Velcro, and then you see that it is in 3 sections. And I don't know if you can see this, but this is the latch. Pretty easy to latch. You just do it with one hand. There are 2 latches on here, and the 2 latches hold the 3 sections together. So what you wind up with is a 36-inch reacher, which is pretty good. It also comes in a 44-inch length.
All right.
And I hope everyone on their 3D glasses.
Yeah, that did feel 3D, the reacher coming through. All right, and we have one more video for you. And this is Lisa's portable balance assist bar in a demo of how it works on a surface in her home and doesn't work as well on a surface. So here we go.
So I don't really have a silicone surface in my shower where I can display this. But if I go ahead and lock this shower bar on my sink, it's not going anywhere. I'm pulling, it will hold my weight completely, which is just over, it's about 156 pounds, I found out yesterday, but it will not go anywhere. It will not go anywhere until I unlock it and just put my nail or something to release the suction, and there's my grab bar. So here is one part of the portable grab bar on the inside of my shower. And if I do up both sides, you'll see it falls down. It will not provide a suction because my tiles are long and short and have air pockets in them.
All right, Liam, do you want to wrap up?
Yeah, feel free to step in here, but yeah. So everyday products for accessible living and is our tagline day and night. Please, of course, check us out on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have Facebook, Instagram, and a mailing list. Really important to kind of get everyone's email address. So we would love to add you to our monthly newsletter. And we're going to be circulating a 2-minute survey with the giveaway of my favorite bag. My Everest bag, it sounds like from the chapter, or some people that have already used and enjoy maybe the same bag or at least something very similar. But please, yeah, fill out the brief survey. And we will send the slides out to make sure that you can access all the URLs. If you like what we do, please support us by spreading the word and staying in touch.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. And it really makes a difference if you show us in some way that you like what we do. We really love to hear from you, whether that's just by subscribing, and following our videos on our YouTube channel, and your feedback on the 2-minute survey makes a big difference. So we'd really appreciate your feedback on that. We appreciate that so much. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Kate and Liam, and to the reviewers. So many good ideas on travel. And I hope that these ideas make travel experiences like going to the annual Ataxia conference that was mentioned more fun for everyone. So thank you for all that. We do have a few questions, guys. Our first question is, do you have any recommendations for protection for rain when somebody's in a wheelchair?
No, I do have something to say that. I mean, so it depends. I've had power chairs that have sometimes seems to rain, so it is a real problem. If you're using a power chair, I have had luck and have had friends with disabilities recommend using a poncho over you and covering your power chair also. And that does work. Sometimes with, in a certain way with manual chairs, you have to be a little more careful. Um, and yeah, definitely when it comes to getting the casters of a manual chair wet, I'm dealing with this right now. That there's some bearing that doesn't really work with my manual chair right now because of water damage and something like that. So it is a real problem. Yeah, ponchos. Sometimes the plastic bag covering out that you can take with you, and then put over the joystick and controls, but like really everyone's situation is different. So those are just some things that I've seen.
And actually, one of our team members has raised this topic, and we're working on testing some attachments for potentially for power chairs and so stay tuned because maybe we'll have even more for you in the coming months. I know her solution was she has a certain umbrella that she kind of holds while using her power chair, but wanted to find something that was more permanent and, practical for her. So hopefully we'll have more.
Sounds good. Thanks, Raquel, for that question. Our next question is, do you have any ideas on how to handle accessibility in airplane restrooms?
Short answer is no. I would really wish that I'd have a better answer for you, but yeah, and I'm sure there is one out there that works better. But kind of something that I did not touch on that I do think is important is just pacing out your hydration. And if a long flight is in the near future, I won't drink a whole lot of coffee before then. Um, usually the bathrooms in airports are totally ADA. But on airplanes, yeah, Kate, I don't know if you have a better answer.
I don't. Yeah, I think this is a topic though that we can also hopefully come up with some blogs on as well and keep thinking about.
Definitely, and if you have a better answer, please reach out to us. We'd love to hear it.
For sure, there is interest in this topic. There's a couple of questions about travel urinals. And from some of the women that are joining us, Janet says she has one, but you have to pull down your pants. So if there's any like other travel urinal suggestions or products out there that folks are using, it sounds like there's some interest from the community.
The link that we give you links to a blog that Liam wrote, and there are two models there. One is a men's model, and the other says that it's for men and women. So you can check those out. But this is a topic that we want to get into more. So again, sorry, we are still growing, and it's helpful for us to hear what matters to you. And so we will work on building out this topic. Definitely.
Great. All right, so we have another question. What type of temporary grabber do you suggest for the backyard on the deck?
That one I would have to pose to our team member Karen because Karen is like our ultimate outdoor gardening and backyard expert. She gives a lot of our she does our gardening blogs and things. So she might have, and she's the one who actually reviewed that foldable reacher that we shared today. So I'll have to ask her, but that seems to be the one that she's using right now, and might recommend for the backyard as well. But if you want to follow up with us, we'll get back to you on that. I don't, but Karen is our go-to on that. So.
And one thing about the return that I want to highlight is just that it can be hard to carry your reacher in a wheelchair, especially a manual wheelchair. Just because how long it can be, so having something that breaks down is really important for traveling. That you can stick in the bag, but yeah, we'll take the picture down.
Yeah, because grabber that was pictured, you kind of put it together to make it was like kind of adjustable in size depending on how many sections were put together. Is that right? So that's really useful. So I don't see any more questions here, but Christina does make a good comment here about the travel grab bars. She has had experience where it has come off, so definitely fully test those if you do use those. So thank you, Christina, for that comment. Just looking here, it doesn't look like we have any other questions, so we can wrap it up today. Oh, Sandy says, thanks everyone for the excellent webinar. Thanks, Sandy, for that comment. And thanks so much, again, Liam and Kate and the reviewers. And just to let everyone know, a recording of today's session will be made available to reference on NAF's website and on NAF's YouTube channel. And thank you all for the good questions and comments in the chat. There's links that are posted in the chat throughout the webinar. And thank you all for joining, and take care, everyone.